As a parent navigating this situation, it's so overwhelming and intimidating. And I think being able to feel like Angela, you and Lisa were partners with us and helping us guide us through the process was just a huge stress reliever, knowing that we had experts on our side, helping motivate Annie, helping edit essays, and just keep everything organized. Right now kids apply to a long list of colleges, that's the norm, and managing all of the deadlines, the different essay formats, just everything required with each individual school can be very overwhelming as a parent. And just knowing that we were working together as a team was a godsend this year for her senior year.
I think it was a bit of a process for me because there were so many things I wanted to do. I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go. So we started by taking some of the quizzes to narrow down what I might be good at and what I'm interested in. I just think the whole process has been very helpful in deciding where I want to go and what I want to do.
She's adaptable. I can see her almost anywhere. So that was one of the things that I was most intimidated about with her compared to my other children, because she is so open to different options and I can see her in different places. Annie's work with Lisa really allowed me to stay out of that because I wanted her to be able to do some self-analysis that wasn't shaded by parental opinion. And so I think that was just invaluable for me to be able to be a bit more hands-off in her creating her list because I wanted her to be working with an expert who could ask her the questions that would draw out the things that are most important to her.
I think the communication was great. Lisa was always reaching out to me, making sure I was on top of all my deadlines, super easy to work with. I really appreciated how I could submit a draft, get feedback, and we could just work back and forth, really making sure I covered all the bases that I wanted to cover. Honestly, made the essay writing process enjoyable even to just get my thoughts out on the page and having someone there to help me word things the way that I wanted to was just great.
Working with Lisa was fantastic. I knew that she was in touch with Annie. I am a parent who believes that the student should be really running the show. And for me to know that Annie had Lisa to go to with her questions, especially because I'm not an expert, I applied to college so many years ago. And to know that whenever Annie had a question or issue, she could just email Lisa 24/7 and get her questions answered and get that support that she needed that I couldn't provide.
I would say that having this extra support system has made all the difference in my college application process. Even aside from the organization aspect and the help with the essays, just having someone to talk through things with who has done this a bunch of times before is really helpful.
I feel like this investment can feel daunting upfront, but looking back, it was a no-brainer. Talking to a lot of other parents and making this big decision, you're weighing the time and money that can be saved and thinking, well, I know how to write. I can write an essay. I can help my student with that. Or she has a college counselor at her school, but knowing how to write the way the admissions officers want to hear what's going to stand out is something that I felt like I couldn't bring to the table. And in a way, I feel that we got our investment back tenfold because of the merit scholarships that Annie was offered. I don't know. I can't really say if she would have gotten the level of merit offer that she received if we didn't have the support from you all being experts in helping her frame her story in a way that would make her stand out from the rest of the applicants that she's competing against.
I definitely would recommend to friends I have that are starting to go into this process, just having an experienced person to talk to throughout this whole process has been extremely helpful. And sort of having someone to prompt me to meet these deadlines and do these essays and stuff, aside from my parents, I think has also been helpful in meeting all of my deadlines and stuff.
I think one of the biggest things as a mom during senior year is wanting to really enjoy the year with my daughter. And as we know, the issues between mother-daughter, having to prompt them on deadlines, to be able to sort of step back and know that that was being taken care of allowed me to enjoy the college search experience even more, because we weren't getting in arguments about it. And also another thing as a mom, when the kids are writing their essays, to be able to have somebody else to work through that with. Sometimes they're writing about very personal things. As a mom, knowing that she can explore that without having to involve me in a motherly role, it helped retain a really healthy mother-daughter relationship, on top of the avoidance of me having to be harping on her about deadlines. That just created a lovely year for us for her senior year, and our relationship, I think, is great. Thanks to you all. So highly recommend you.